Your first thoughts? George Hirst is an Ipswich Town player. He's an Ipswich Town player. We own him for the next 4 years.
Buzzing boy, absolute buzzing. Some people say never fall in love with a lone player. And we did last season with the goals he scored, part of that team that got promoted. And he's ours. What a deal for Town. Yeah, he said 4 years. Yeah, he's going to be stepping up to the Championship, but he's at a good age. That's all we always say. 24 years of age. Town fans are buzzing. They've been going on the socials the last few days, like going, oh, the Mercedes, the white Mercedes, and all that sort of stuff. But the fan base are going to be loving this, and what a statement signing for the return to the Championship.
Yeah, it really is. Alex, you won't have seen George Hirst play for Town last season. Obviously, you've seen the stats. He scored 7 goals. Very much a key man in that surge to promotion, that ridiculous run they went on at the end. But what do you make of it as a signing? We talked on the last podcast about them missing out, if that's the right word, deciding not to try and say the highest number in the Ellis Sims sweepstake. He went for 8 million. A guy who's obviously had half a good season in the Championship. George Hirst hasn't really done it in the Championship yet, you would say, but he has done it in this Ipswich Town side, and he knows the system, he knows the players. What are you making of it?
For the money, it's fantastic. And as a player that has adapted well to life at Portman Road, I just think it's a really good move in the sense that you look at kind of his previous spells and you have other fans who say, oh, it's not good enough because he's been at this club and he's not hit the figures and he struggled in the Championship, and, spending £1 million on a player that hasn't done it at the level. I don't necessarily think it's as important. I think that the most important aspect of it is the fact he's done it for Town, because he's played in this environment before. He's played with the teammates before, and that's where he's been scoring goals. And at the end of the day, he's not the only one who's going to have to make the step up to the Championship. It's everyone else around him. And I think when you look at the Ellis Sims deal, and there are other kind of players that we've spoken about, Joel Peru, for example, who's going to go for, what are we looking at, potentially 10 million, something like that. So really ridiculous for Championship numbers. It's just a really shrewd bit of business, especially from a Championship rival in Leicester, to get that done. I think it's a really fantastic move.